What is up, guys? Live here with you guys on a Monday. What a beautiful time for ZBCN, right? We're going to go over the Circle Payments Network and why this could be massive for both ZEBEC and also XPR, okay? And all of this is due to their Circle connections, right? And yeah, let's get into it. Um, Cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom.
Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer? Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing.
What is going on? What is up, Crypto Warriors? What is up, Blackrue crew? We are in this house on a Monday. Very, very nice to be with you guys. How about that ZBCN, huh? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, yeah, guys, let's get into it without ado. Let's go ahead and share the screen here. Let's go ahead and do some couple things here. So people keep asking me where they can get ZBCN at, where they can get ZBCN at. Um, and shout out to our affiliate, Caleb and Brown, newly coined affiliate. They've been around since 2016. You can have a 24-hour, 24/7 broker with Caleb and Brown, and they do have ZBCN on their platform. Okay, so really great to be a affiliate of Caleb and Brown. So if you're looking for a place to buy your ZBCN and help the channel with something you were going to do anyway, go ahead and click on the link in the description. Shout out to them at Caleb and Brown. And I know also you're wondering what's this. Let me stop sharing for a second. What's this weird QR code here? This is for BTCC. We're going to be doing some futures trading on the Patreon, and I've been trying it out. It's actually a pretty cool tool, futures trading. If you have just a little bit of money, you want to take advantage of a very, very short move. But again, it's just a tool. Shout out to the Patreon. We're going to get into that very soon. But in clicking the BTCC link and signing up for BTCC, that exchange, you can get free USDT. So there's that. And then also, let's go ahead and show the DCENT Wallet commercial. Your crypto deserves the best protection. So why settle for less? DCENT Crypto Wallet isn't just another wallet. It's safe, secure, easy to use, and supports your favorite cryptocurrencies all at the touch of a button. And now with my exclusive link, you'll save $30 on your new wallet. Better security, smarter investing, $30 in your pocket. Click on the link now and secure your bet. Another cool way you can help the channel is by buying a DCENT wallet. You can have a cold storage wallet for you, or that's a really cool way to help the channel. $30 off one, $99 off two, and you can store your ZBEC there. So you can buy a cold storage wallet, store your ZBEC on there, or sign up with Caleb and Brown, who they don't like leverage your trade, your ZBEC. They actually store it in a cold storage wallet as well. So either way, that's for you guys there. Let's see what we got in the house here, and then we'll get straight into it. If you guys are new here, we're all the way up to 5,200 subs. Like, thank you guys so much for subscribing. The community just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing, and I love it. I really love it. The way Showdown really works is we get into the announcements in the beginning, Then we get into the meat and potatoes of the information, and then we go into the chat and we answer questions. So that's what we have there. And also somebody asked me about the channel memberships. I turned on the channel memberships because somebody asked about it last week. Right now, there's nothing that I'm thinking about offering for the memberships right now. It's just clearly, if you want to support the channel, sign up for the channel membership. So I'm going to have to really put some thought in how to like really incentivize that, like maybe having members only shows and stuff like that. But for right now, it's just clearly for support. Thank you guys so much for that, and thank you guys for the growth. Like, it really means a lot to me. And as the channel grows, like, you know, as things grow, I want to provide more content to you, and that's part of growth, right? So let's go ahead, and I see here Satoshi Moto Black. If you want to find a way to buy ZBCN, there we go with the Caleb and Brown, because people have been asking me about that a lot. So there it is. But let's share the screen here. Okay, perfect. So again, here's the Caleb and Brown thing, and let's go to the info. Like, before we get into info though, let me just share. It's been so nice to see the run that we got into with ZBCN here. Went up all the way past 0.002. We were in at 0.009. It dropped down to 0.007. We came on and just let you guys know, hey, this is FUD. Don't worry about it. We gave you examples of XCN FUD. We gave you examples of Solana FUD. We gave you examples of some other FUD. I can't remember the other one. But hey, it was just like we said. Weathered the storm, and the FUD was over, and ZBCN climbed. Okay, climbed all the way to 2 mark, and has since pulled back to the 0.0019 mark. So really happy what ZBCN is doing. Is getting more holders, is getting more stuff, and also they just recently announced they're going to do something with Paybridge, where they're going to have a spaces with Paybridge, which I think is really awesome. Shout out to Android Masters Crypto, because somebody was spreading some FUD like, oh, they exited Paybridge, they're no longer with Paybridge. That's not true. That's simply not true, and they're showing us that by doing the spaces. So shout out to ZBCN for doing that spaces. So be on the lookout for that, guys. When it happens, we'll definitely come and break it down. This will be on Wednesday, May 7th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Hey, maybe our guy Ghost will go back up there and they'll have questions. It'll be something to look out for, which let's go ahead and highlight Ghost. If you guys are looking for a community for ZEBEC, Ghost has a community here on X. We also have a community in the Telegram, which is free for now, where we specifically have a topic about ZEBEC. Cool guys like Jetpack JO, which we're gonna bring him up as well. He comes in there and posts stuff, so it's really nice. We're forming a really great community here, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Happy to have the Telegram be a part of it. Happy to be somewhere where you guys can get pure and honest research. Of course, not financial. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's pure and honest research, and I can share with you guys what I'm doing with my portfolio. Okay, so shout out to Ghost, shout out to Jetpack, and let's get into this here. So we know the news lately that's been kind of brewing, right? Ripple. Let me just reject that real quick. So Ripple pitched in trying to buy Circle for 4 to 5 billion, but it's rejected. They say they're still interested, but needless to say, we just did a show with you guys on how if Ripple bought Circle, how that could affect ZBEC. So check that show out. Let me go ahead and pull that up here. Yep, this is it right here. So it has this thumbnail on it. ZBEC taking off, what Ripple buying Circle could mean for ZBEC. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. But now the focus, we want to kind of focus on this Circle payments network. Okay, let's go back there. Where were we? Okay, there it is. So we really want to circle back and focus on the Circle payments network. Okay, if I could just go here and bring up. We want to bring up some document here. So if we look at Circle's payments network here, this is from the white paper. We see we got business payments, trade finance, payroll, and salary. That's right there up ZBEC's alley, right? Payroll and salary, okay? But you got trade finance, supplier payments, retail payments, and AI payments, okay? We're going to focus on AI payments today and payroll and salary. Then we got service provider, billing services, credit services, compliance services, FX venues, risk and fraud services, which we'll focus on a little bit today as well. Liquidity services, got micropayments, remittances, which we'll focus on with XPR a little bit today, e-commerce subscriptions, and then we have the institutional side where we have forex settlements, treasuries services, government payouts, capital markets, and DeFi. Okay, we'll focus on DeFi a little bit today. And then we have the core services, orchestration and governance services, developer wallets, contracts, and paymaster, liquidity, mint, credit, and FX, stable coins, USDC, U and the Euro C, tokenized funds, USYC, okay, infrastructure, multi-chain native bridging, global banking, settlement, and reserve. So keep all of this in mind when we're talking about Circle and the payments network, okay? Now I want to highlight something from Bro Everett Crypto. Everett Crypto, my Moon Trading Crypto, and Ghost have done a few spaces on ZBCN. So if you guys haven't checked those out, definitely check them out. The last spaces was on my channel, on my X, okay? Which, let's go ahead and go to my X right quick. So the last spaces was on my X, which I'm sure if you just go and search my X, you'll find the spaces. And the space before that was on Moon God Trading's X. So definitely you want to go check those out if you haven't already. And you definitely want to subscribe to my X where I do exclusive content, which of course the patrons get first, less than a cup of coffee for the Patreon. But we have cool mind maps like this, okay? We got Tim Draper, Andreessen Horowitz, Breyer Capital with Jim Breyer or Breyer, okay? Jed McCaleb, Elon Musk, Barry Seipert, a Digital Currency Group, Olaf Carson, a Polygon Capital, and BlackRock, right? So here we have connections in which you can take Jim Breyer or Breyer, Larry Fink, and Tim Draper and see they're all invested in ZEBEC here. And you can see here Tim Draper, Andreessen Horowitz, and Olaf Carson. There were initial investors in Coinbase, so naturally they have the Coinbase symbols on theirs. Like so many connections that you can make on these, but I break it down in the Patreon for a lot of these, and some I broke down. Actually, they made it to this actual channel. So be on the lookout for those. If you go to my channel, you see on the front page, we have playlists not only for ZBCN or ZEBEC or ZEBEC, also have playlists for XPR, for Swift, for XCN, for LCX. Okay, so definitely check those out. And let's get back to the post from Everett Crypto. I was excited to wait. So let's talk about what we're all thinking, ZBCN family. And this is from the 21st of April. Could ZEBEC benefit from Circle's new CPN? After skimming it over the CPN white paper, the answer seems to be it could. We could see it benefit within payroll and ZPIN. ZEBEC already uses USDC for remittances using the WageLink app. Okay, so we already know this, and it's soon to be at some point ISO 20022 compliant, but it is compliant to use for payroll right now, and it does use USDC. If utilized, this could offer faster and cheaper transactions. This will help further the adoption of the digital dollar payroll payments and help them push the value of real-time payroll. ZEBEC point of sale system, which supports both crypto and fiat transactions, could benefit from CPN's infrastructure to offer merchants seamless stablecoin settlements. For example, a retailer using the point of sale could settle transactions in USDC or EuroC instantly via CPN. This is huge because, as we touched on before, this could have a massive consumer base with crypto direct payments. Okay, so this is very, very huge. And this is also huge due to something that Everett Crypto mentioned earlier: cheaper, faster payments. To me, and I did a show on this, how ZEBEC can bank the unbanked. With this being so faster and cheaper, this could bring banking to an area like Nepal, which Sam Tapalia is Nepalese. It could bring banking to areas that are not banked in Africa. It could bring banking to areas that are not banked in South America, Central America. So now that's bringing a whole new liquidity pool, liquidity pie to both Circle and to ZEBEC and the global banking market as a whole. Okay, so this is huge, 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 huge. And ZEBEC does have a point of sale system, which we covered in a company called Ermita. We'll bring that up right quick. I did a whole video on this, which is ZEBEC banking the unbanked. But let's bring that up right quick so you guys can see it. And I want to get the name right too, since I'm butchering the name. Amida. It is Amida. Okay, so we went all over this. Check out my episode, ZEBEC banking the unbanked, where we went kind of deep into why they could do that. Okay. All right, just checking here, making sure everything is good, good, good. Okay. All right, let's continue. And shout out to Everett Crypto, by the way. If you guys aren't following him, you're really missing out on some alpha. Okay, so definitely go follow my guy over there. And let's continue. This could also help drive the utility and demand for ZBCN even higher as payment cards utilizing stablecoins become mainstream. Just kind of what I was just touching on there, which would lead to ZBCN buybacks, okay? Because every transaction leads to buybacks, thus taking ZBCN off of the market, making it more deflationary. All of this is just golden. And ZPIN users are rewarded in ZBCN when using the point of sale system. Most of all, this will advance the entire crypto industry and how we spend our crypto. It's amazing being at the starting line of the new financial system. Not financial advice. Always do your own research and make the best decision for you. Okay, ZBCN, and then he also does the kindness of putting, some extra stuff here for everybody. So definitely go check this out on Everett Crypto's page. We really appreciate you around here, bro. So now, with that being the backdrop, right? Now we can go into things like the white paper, and I want to kind of point out certain things, right? We're going to go into three white papers. We're going to go into ZBCN's white paper. We're going to go into CPN's white paper. We're going to go into ZBCN's light paper on ZBCN AI. Okay, so okay, 1 second, guys. My mouse is kind of freaking out here. All right, so let's look at our images here because I have it kind of pulled up for you what I wanted to talk about with it. Okay, so this is from the CPN paper, and let's zoom in on it, and I'll show it to you in real time because this could have been something I just typed up, right? But this is just bigger for you to see. CPN brings financial institutions together in a compliant, seamless, and programmable framework to orchestrate global payments in fiat, USDC, and any other payment stablecoins. Business and individual customers of these financial institutions can enjoy payments that are faster and cost less than traditional payment systems, which are constrained by often fragmented networks or closed systems. And this is everything that Everett Crypto was kind of telling us, right? Crucially, CPN serves as the foundation for an ecosystem that eliminates many of the technical complexities and operational hurdles that have slowed mainstream stablecoin adoption to date. Okay, and like we just said, it also gets rid of a lot of the complexities and fees that would slow us banking the unbanked, including the need for businesses to custody their own stablecoins. Okay, so that's a big piece, especially when we get over into XPR. So they're eliminating the need for businesses to custody their own stablecoins. More on that later. CPN also opens the door to breakthrough of programmable money, unlocking a completely new utility for money in the global value exchange. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. That's very, very cool. And let's come out here and show you where that is in the white paper itself. It's right here. Okay, we just kind of blew it up for you and made it a pick. Okay, so this is on page 3. If you guys want to do your own research there, I just want to show you here. Circle Payments Network. I thought it was kind of, you guys know how I'm kind of into symbols. This symbol here is a northern symbol, a kind of northern pole symbol. You see this symbol a lot when it comes to different like organizations that are world controlling organizations, because believe it or not, Chase Bank's logo is also kind of a polar symbol. This particular symbol kind of lines up with a symbol we've seen before as far as NATO. If you look at NATO's label or logo, you could almost drop it right in there, right? This is also kind of a northern symbol logo, and one could say, yeah, so I'll just leave it at there. There's more that I could say about this, but I will probably leave it for Patreon because it goes into things that are necessarily not, related to finance. So I'll go over that in Patreon. But yeah, this is a northern symbol logo with 4 different quadrants relating to it, and I'll leave it at that. So let's continue on here. Good. Just, yeah, pile up the questions, guys. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat there and we will get to those. So now let's go over to the ZEBEC white paper. Okay. So one of the things I want to kind of point out from the ZEBEC white paper is the Zebec AI stuff. So here we go. Embedded directly within the ZBEC platform, Zai's features ensure robust protection across all transactions and scalability of security measures as the ZBEC ecosystem and businesses it serves to expand. This AI-powered layer not only secures transactions against external threats, but internal inconsistencies, but also provides businesses and individuals with actionable insights through a comprehensive dashboard, facilitating effective compliance and financial management as the network grows, excuse me. And then they reference you to their light paper, which we're going to take a look at now. Okay. Then their light paper, we're going to just cover the actual 9 major points that they have, how Zai is deployed across ZBEC network. Okay. They also mentioned some stuff about the super app, which we're not going to basically get into, but you can see it says features smart payment automation, portfolio management for NFTs and tokens, and AI powered trading. We'll get into the super app on another video that will be coming soon. So how Zai is deployed across the ZBEC network. Fraud prevention, security, and compliance. Okay. Zai analyzes the transaction patterns to detect, anomalies and predict fraudulent behavior and high risk addresses. It automatically flags and potentially blocks high risk transactions based off user behavior and wallet reputation and history, and also automates compliance workflows for on and off ramping and ensures AML adherence. Okay, so what is this very similar to? What we saw here, whoops. What we saw here in Circle Networks strategy and vision, they tell us that it would be used for compliance services and risk and fraud services. Okay, so they tell us right now that that's a use that they're going to have. So let's continue on. Dynamic payment routing and automation. Zai optimizes transaction paths for speed and cost, considering the network congestion and fee structures. It routes stablecoins effectively across chains while ensuring network stability within the and throughout ZBEC's decentralized physical infrastructure, ZPIN. So this was something that Everett touched on very quickly, but here in the white paper is kind of telling us, or light paper is telling us kind of specifically. It also facilitates efficient microtransactions for rewards, distributions, and IO networks, and automates blockchain payments to ensure trust and efficiency, and dynamically chooses optimal payment routes based on speed, cost, and reliability. So this whole thing about micropayments, I think this is just going to be or microtransactions is really, really going to be big, especially when it comes to things like the metaverse. I think people are really, really going to be, and in fact, you can kind of do it now. And I think these things that where they're doing it now are just tests where you can play a game and you get paid a little micro bit of Bitcoin or a little micro bit of dollars or cents. So I think this is kind of the test ground for what can happen with micropayments in the metaverse. So we also saw that on the circle, but we're not going to go to it right now. We're going to finish reading this. Personalized payment experiences. Zai tailors payment options to user preferences, market conditions, and market trends, suggesting the most cost-effective token for payments by analyzing fee and exchange rates. And also, I like to note here that they even said stable coins up here. But let's continue. Subscription management, Zai automates recurring payments such as salaries and subscriptions and predicts cash flow needs and dynamically address streams to prevent liquidity issues. So, it's kind of already, you can probably say that this is already being used if they're talking about doing this for reoccurring payments between like salaries and stuff like that, then it should already be used. We already saw on that circle, we saw payroll. Okay, so we already saw that. Real-time currency conversion. SI predicts optimal conversion times to minimize slippage during volatile market conditions and dynamically converts payments into stable assets, stablecoin, there we go again, at checkout to protect merchants and users. Payment loyalty rewards. Zai optimizes loyalty reward programs by analyzing spending data and tailoring reward structures, gamifying payments, metaverse, encouraging optimal spending behaviors to maximize rewards. I really think once we get the regulation clarity, metaverse is going to be coming fierce. Like companies like Epic Games, companies like EA Sports, companies like was it Unity? All of these companies are just going to hop into the crypto market, and we're going to see things being turned on. So, shout out to a company like Scale, right, which already works with in the Epic Games store right now. But let's continue. Decentralized governance. Zai analyzes proposal trends, summarizes community sentiment, and enhances decision making with predictive modeling. In recent governance vote within ZEBEC's DAO, Zai identified emerging support for reallocating funds to high-performing projects, streamlining the decision-making process, and ensuring optimal resource distribution. It also manages DAO votes autonomously, using historical data and risk analysis to support complex decisions. So Sam told us about this in his in the spaces, the last spaces. Okay, so there's no coincidence that this is showing up now in the light paper. AI driven market predictions, trading, and portfolio management. Zai executes trades based on market analysis and real time conditions, identifying trends and anomalies in volatile markets. So AI agents to predict, markets. It adjusts asset allocations dynamically according to market trends and risk profiles, and automates portfolio rebalancing to maximize returns and minimize risks. Designing personalized investment plans based on the individual risk appetites and goals. Okay. Customer service automation. Zai powered chatbots handle customer queries, reducing the need for human intervention. Okay. So all of this we kind of saw a little bit already in the CPN white paper. But one thing I kind of want to magnify. Oh, that's a terrible picture, huh? Okay, not this one. Here. So this is from page 11 in the Circle Payments white paper. In future, CPN will enable autonomous agents, right, which we just read as far as the ZEBEC light paper is concerned. CPN will enable autonomous agents to send and receive payments on behalf of users or systems supporting real-time value exchange. I mean, if that's not ZEBEC, I don't know what is, right? A logistics company and AI agents book of flight services across borders. When an agent selects a provider in Singapore, it uses CPN integrated OFI to convert USD to USDC and automatically sends the payment to a BFI in Singapore, which off ramps it to SGD. The entire payment flow is executed programmatically using smart contracts, minimizing manual steps, and enabling intelligent cross-border machine-to-machine payments. This is right out of their paper. It's right out of the other paper. This is dead nuts on, right? So just to show you it in the CPN paper, because again, right, I could have just typed that and showed it to you. There we go. AI payments. And of course, go ahead and verify that on your own. But there we go. So now I kind of want to switch this into the Metallicus side. But let's get some questions here first before we go into the Metallicus side and get a little bit from the crowd first before we go into Metallicus. What's up, E? E is our moderator in our Telegram. Shout out to you, E. Thank you for keeping things moving in the Telegram, bro. Really appreciate it. Dave F, what's up, brother? Mr. Meme 610, you are the man. Appreciate it. I couldn't find a way to buy ZEBEC from Satoshi Moto Black. Definitely, we got the link in the description for Caleb and Brown. Yo, what's up, DJ Guy Bands? Appreciate your input, bro. No problem, no problem. Heidi Word, rocket ship. I look at Sushi Swap. I'm trying to get it before it hits 10 cents or so. 100%. Okay, you're saying with Sushi Swap. Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into Sushi Swap. Unless you're talking about ZEBEC, I'm not sure. Do you see a pullback for ZBCN? Well, there's a pullback right now. And I think, could it pull back more than this? I don't know. The community is just boiling over. Like my thing is, right, and I'm not a financial advisor. My price target is 5 cents. So if you're buying right now at 0.0019, how much different is that from 0.0016 or 0.0015 when it's going to go to 5 cents? That's my kind of thought about it. That's why people that like kind of early on with Bitcoin, they were just like, okay, just buy. What does it matter? Like when it was 1,000, when it was 10,000, when it was 20,000, and then what happened? It went to 108K. So that's just my thought about it. Like right now is 0.0019. It's not when it gets to like a cent or more, it's gonna anything under a cent looks like a bargain, right? So, that's my personal opinion. Do the choice that works for you. What's up, Charmizzle? We need a pullback. Need to buy more. Milk Money, what's up? How about that ZEBEC? Appreciate the updates. Thank you as always. Why are people selling their crypto back to the old system? What's up, Mo? The old system is just the new system. The new system is going to be the old system on steroids. That's the thing that I think people are kind of missing, right? Like a lot of the people that are behind all of this, right? Like I showed you in my mind map, are people like BlackRock, right? Are people like BlackRock? Well, BlackRock owns a piece of every Fortune 500, which means they own a piece of Tesla. They own a piece of Facebook Meta, right? Well, they also own a piece of Consensus, and we know Consensus is behind Ethereum. They also own a piece of Securitize, which we know they're behind Ondo. They own a piece of Circle. They own a piece of Epic Games. So whenever Epic Games is ready, whenever these laws are ready, Epic Games is just going to jump into this cryptocurrency thing. They're just going to jump right in. So the old guard is the new guard. They're just upgrading their system, and they just have to do it in a certain systematic way, right? Well, let's go to this one, right? Again, BlackRock, they own part of ADP. Simon on the last call, the last ZEBEC Spaces call, confirmed that they're partnered with ADP, which makes sense because they have former ADP bigwigs on their board, right? So BlackRock owns a part of ADP. So essentially, this is BlackRock and ADP owning a part of ZEBEC, okay? Because they're partnered. So you got to think about that. And then when you think about all the different things that Stellar connects to, we went over that last last talk. MoneyGram, they're publicly traded. Stellar owns part of MoneyGram. MoneyGram owns parts of Stellar. Probably nobody does more remittance payments than MoneyGram, right? So this is MoneyGram and Stellar being basically united as a company. Old guard is the new guard. Visa, all of these guys have Visa cards and MasterCards. BlackRock owns a part of Visa too. So old guard is the new guard. Okay. So that's the thing to understand. And when you understand that, it's like, okay, well, they don't have to fight the new system. Or it's not the new system trying to fight the old system. It's the old system building back better, so to speak. It's the old system with a new world order, so to speak. It's the old system destroying the old and building the new. Order out of chaos, kind of type of deal. So when you understand that, it's like, okay, well, well, it's not, this crypto thing it might just make it. No, it's going to make it. And the old guard are going to make it. Okay. I know that's not what people are used to. And I know that's kind of like stretching your mind. It's like, but wait, didn't, Gary Gensler and everybody, they stopped everything and all of this other, like, I know that's a stretch for like how they display it. But really, when you truly kind of look under the covers, the old guard is the new guard. Roll it back. Circle is USDC. Yes, it is. I did hear y'all say XRP might be looking into ZBCN too. Yes, but as I showed you guys again with my line maps, there's a lot of reason to believe that XRP already has connections into ZBCN. And we're going to look at that, even some more coming up later. Like how we were just looking at, where was it? That one. Securitize has a partnership with SBI Group. SBI Group, through the Rothschilds, own a ton of XRP, like 8.7% of XRP. So when you think about that, when you think about a family like that and how strong they are, oh yeah, this is gonna pan out, bro. It's going to pan out. It's not a question. It's gonna pan out as far as XRP. Not financial advice and all of that. But when you look at the people that are actually behind it, it's like, yeah, that's gonna pan out. Same with the Draper family. The first Tim Draper's grandfather, his grandfather, they got money from the Rockefeller family to start the first limited partnership in America, pretty much. Okay. So first limited partnership in America started by Tim Draper's grandfather. And that grandfather got money from the Rothschilds to do it. We have a first person account from his father, Tim Draper's father, who's still alive, by the way. We have a first person account from his father saying that, hey, my dad got some money from the Rockefellers to start Draper Gaither Anderson. Okay. So if you're familiar with the Rockefeller family, you know what's up there. You know what's up there. So yeah. And look at all the exchanges that Tim Draper owns. Revolut on down to Gemini and Coinbase, which, who are they partnered with? ZEBEC, Gemini, and Coinbase are both partnered with ZEBEC. I can show you that, right? Is it here? Will they show it here? I think they'll show it here. Stellar. Okay, they don't show it here. They show it on the front page. Home. There we go. Gemini, Coinbase Ventures, right there. Boom, boom, boom. And of course, Lightspeed Lightspeed. I know I've said this so many times to people, and and then other people said it, and then people were like, "Oh my gosh, I said this like so many times." Lightspeed is partnered with XRP, so I can show you guys that as well. Um, Here's the quickest way to show you. XRP, funds and backers, not only Andreessen Horowitz, but you see Lightspeed Ventures. ZEBEC, funds and backers, Lightspeed Ventures. So there are already connections to XRP and ZEBEC. They're already there. Hey bro, loving your work, man. Appreciate it, Dreamer. Like, be smashed. Let's go. Like button, I mean. Hey, yeah, smash it. Smash it up. What's up, Volatility Cowboy? Appreciate you, brother. Run it up, Ruel. Appreciate the content, bro. And the knowledge, my brother. Appreciate you coming through, Volatility Cowboy. Another good follow for ZEBEC on Twitter, I might add. What's up, Les Square? New Jersey in the house. Mr. Mac, Root Crew, stand up. Let's go. Rocket ships. Dell EMG 7 shades of vodka /OPPFC. Let's go, Ruel. Let's go, Ru. ZEBEC, Shook Focus Digital in the house. Rue the Truth. Let's get it. Let me give some respects to my guy, Shook Focus Digital. You guys go mosey on down on my channel. You'll see Shook's one of the first creators that I feature and feature channels, both Underdog Research Channel, Shook Focus Digital, Maximus Crypto, the Mooniverse, Gentlemen of Crypto, NYC Odd App, Simon Family Investments, Benzinga, One-on-One Media, Crypto Future, and the Ronin Experience. Shout out to all those creators. And let's see what latest video Shook has up right now. XPR network, let's go. I had to take a look at this. I tried to start it, but I gotta finish it. Yeah, I gotta finish it. Some of the most excellent work here. Shook Focus Digital. Definitely check out his XCN content. And both he and I, and Underdog Research Channel, did some work on Swift blockchain. And I think, yeah, so definitely check out bro's work if you haven't already. Don't get shook, stay focused. Let's go. Lost Treasure knows what's up. Shook Focus Digital in here, and I'm out. Rue's mind maps are real treasure maps. So much work you put in, bro. Respect. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Van Jacobs, ZEBEC Metal DAO, Metal Blockchain Loan and XPR. These are the way. What's up, Natali? Natwali, the Muskegon aristocrat. Salute. Hit the like, fam. Hit the like button, guys, for our guy Rue. There's the Telegram. Thank you, E. 93 watching. Come on, fam. Hit the likes. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll finish these comments. We want to get into the XPR part of the show. So Metallicus. The thing that really lights me up about Metallicus, which you can just see there, I think they just showed USDC, is they have their own metal dollar backed by USDC, PayPal USD, USDP. So if you guys are familiar, definitely check out my Metallicus content. But to just kind of sum up a little bit for you right now, Metallicus has a lot of connections to credit unions. Okay, you have some people even saying XPR is the real XRP. I don't really subscribe to that, but I do think Metallicus may pick up these credit union banks, which maybe, you know, their liquidity for Ripple is too small, these little credit union banks. So Metallicus is just going to scoop all of that up. They already have deals in place for that. So now imagine that I already went through and clicked this metal dollar link. It says they can just, like, banks and financial institutions have the ability to deploy a stable coin on here. So let's read that. Banks and financial institutions have the opportunity to create and integrate their own stablecoins into the metal dollar treasury. The inclusion and governance of these assets are overseen by the metal DAO community, ensuring a secure and collaborative financial ecosystem. So perhaps a company wanting to connect to the Circle Payments Network just says, well, I don't really want to manage it. I'll just let Metallicus do it, especially if it's a credit union and they know they can connect already to Metallicus. Okay, just let Metallicus manage our stablecoin. So again, and right off the rip, they say banks and financial institutions. So we got to think maybe it's the credit unions, right? So if we go back to that pick that we had here, where they said CPN serves as the foundation for an ecosystem that eliminates many of the technical complexities and operational hurdles that have slowed mainstream stablecoin adoption to date, including the need for businesses to custody their own stablecoins. So maybe, then this is just speculation on my part, maybe the metal dollar hooks into the CPN, and then that banking institution stablecoin hooks into the metal dollar. Okay, that would be my thought there. So now that business really didn't have to custody its own stablecoin. It's hooked into the metal dollar, which is itself is hooked into the CPN. Okay, so there's a lot of reason to think that they can do that. There's a Fortune 500 company that's connected to these guys called Fiserv. Okay, Fiserv is a Fortune 500 company. They work in payments. They are also connected to Tenemos, which I can never say that name right. I think it's Tenemos. Tememos. Okay, and they're connected to Rarible, which to me opens up the possibility for micropayments for different metaverses, right? So Metallicus can also get some of this money, but from Metallicus and their angle, I think it's through credit unions. For ZEBEC and its angle, I think it's through payroll. Okay, so ZEBEC's angle is payroll through like companies like ADP. Metallicus's angle is through the credit unions and all the different credit union partnerships that it's already signed, as you can see here. But definitely check out my episodes on Metallicus to get more depth info on what they did with the credit unions. But you can see here with these news partnerships that they have credit union deals. Okay, and if we go and reference this picture again, we see that for institutional guys, they are trying to do capital markets and DeFi. I think that's where somebody like Metallicus comes into play. Okay. Also with micropayments and remittances, they come into play there. E-commerce and subscriptions, they come into play there. Where ZEBEC would come into play, payroll and salary, AI payments, more and more along that line. So let's go ahead and get the rest of the comments here. See what people think there. Get them likes up. Over 120 people in here, only 50 likes. Wipe your feet at the door before entering. I love it. I love it. Shout out to Will Fix. Shout out to Maximus Crypto. Rue Crew, let's go. Yep. Shout out to those brothers. I finally got to kind of talk to Will Fix in person. Like, wonderful guy, man. Wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. Y'all know I do collaborations with Max all the time, but it was cool to talk to Will and like get the cut of the man. And cool guy, man. Cool guy. So definitely go over to Will's channel and subscribe to him if you guys haven't already. Also, he's another good follow on Twitter. Definitely a big XRP guy. Big guy in the XRP space if you haven't followed him already. Yeah, I hit her all day. Remind them about their manners. Dave F knows about the symbolism of this. Follow the North Star. Love it, brother. He knows what's up. Lost Treasure. I'm ashamed to remind them of their manners. Yeah, guys, definitely hit the likes and definitely share the content around, guys. Because the more we grow, the more the channel, the more I can put into the channel, guys. That's just it, right? You know, at the end of the day, in order to grow the channel, have the likes and the views and the watches, right? That's just what it is. Thanks, Sam, for getting the likes up. We can get them higher to show support. Let's go. Yo, this is crazy. It just keeps getting deeper and deeper. All this stuff is going to come to life at once. This coin is going to blast off. What's up, Sam Gray? I see you in the Patreon or in the Telegram. Number 60, like, let's go. God bless you, Rue. Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, Abe. What's up? What's going on? Abe, Adamov 333. NCSWIC. Okay, I'm not sure what that means exactly. Don't ignore ZBEC 100%. Mark only. Rue, appreciate your work. Thank you so much, John Mitchell. Cloud 99. When they executed the 50 million buyback, I started a position. There you go. Magic hat. This will be legendary in the books. How much is good enough? You have to determine that for yourself, for sure. You can only get these takes from Rue to Truth. Thank you, brother. The old is just advancing their tech 100%. And a lot of people really won't tell you guys that, but I'm really trying to tell you guys that, because I know a lot of times people think, well, how can you stop the whole banking system? They've done so good so far. Like, there's no way they're going to beat the old banking system. They're too strong. They're too much in power. But then when you realize, oh, it is the old banking system. It is the people from the old banking system. You just got to check 1, 2, 3, 4 levels deep, and then you figure it out. It's like, oh, okay, then they're just upgrading. Like the Beyonce song, let me upgrade you. You know what I mean? Like, like that, bro. Like, it's really just an upgrade for the new system, which ultimately will bring in a lot of the unbanked, okay, and give the old system a lot more flexibility. Don't forget, you can also check the show on X. What's up, Beebs? Hello, Rue and crew. Rue and crypto crew. Like a phoenix, the new system rises from the ashes of the old system. Evil bastards. Yes, 100%. Just like that. Just like that. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for this. Should Focus Digital. Really appreciate you, brother. It shouldn't be free, but it is. The Crypto Rue Telegram currently completely free. And that shall change at some point. Preach, Rue. Ocean View Coffee Shop. Rockefeller took over education and medicine. And this is one thing that people don't talk about. I'll definitely talk about it on the Patreon. We won't go into it here, but that definitely is a true point. Okay, guys, that's a definitely true point. Rue, people should probably look at ADP in its stock, then understand what ADP is. then understand ZBCN is ADP on steroids, and ADP will have to eventually ADP of die. But yeah, that's a good point, E. That's a good point, E. If people do look at ADP and what ADP is, also realize that BlackRock, like less than a year after Zebec IPO'd, they upped their shares of ADP. Okay. And if you look at ADP as a stock, it's flourishing right now. That's another kind of a point to say that we know the crypto market is going to do good because all these crypto related stocks are flourishing. I'm going to do an episode for the patrons on this, but all these crypto related stocks are flourishing. So this is ADP. So since basically, let me turn off some of my indicators here. Since basically, yeah, it's been flourishing. But basically, since July of 2024, this has just been a rocket, right? And there are other ones which I'm going to get into with the Patreon people that are crypto-related stocks that have been doing nothing but up, just like Bitcoin, okay? So, again, we're going to get into this on the Patreon, but that's a very great point, E. And with the mind maps, I was trying to kind of let you guys know a little bit about that and kind of say a little bit about that to you, right? If you get that BlackRock owns a piece of every Fortune 500, so BlackRock is the mover of the market, stock market, more or less, right? And that they own a piece of ADP. ADP is ZEBEC. ZEBEC is ADP. ADP is BlackRock. Okay, so like, yeah, it gets really kind of deep when you then go into the zero hash partnership, knowing that Simon used to work for Bain Capital. Bain Capital funded Zero Hash. Zero Hash is partnered with Securitize. Securitize is basically another arm of BlackRock. And all of those are under the Ondo umbrella. And then, you get into the USDY, where it's a stable coin that earns yield. Then you just see really just how important ZBEC is. Like, it's just mind-boggling, bro. It's mind-boggling. DAG and XPR, great buys right now. Thank you for that, Abe. Kurt Dog went on. Flame. The triple sales, just like a ZBEC ship, 100%. I got you, Kurt Dog. ZBCN is the Web3 version of ADP with just way more features and unlimited possibilities and applications ADP hasn't even dreamed or thought of. That's a real good way of thinking of it. I like that. XYO looks interesting. ZBCN is digital diamonds. I love it. Casper about to pop off again. Also, yo, bullish choices. What's up, bullish choices? Another good follow on Twitter, by the way, guys. The Crypto Crossroads Show. Let's go. Let's highlight Bro's channel as well. I need to go ahead and put it in I keep forgetting to put it in my recommended channels. I got to make that happen tonight. So shout out to Crypto Crossroads Show. Definitely go over there and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And again, if you're looking at the amount of subscribers he has, I can tell you this guy just started his channel. And I know he's a guy who's given me very, very, very great information in the past. Okay. And still supports me and still shares information with me. I promise you, this subscriber count is not at all reflective of the information that he provides. Okay. Only reason it's that way is because he just started this a month ago. The minute people start finding out about this guy, I guarantee you, I guarantee you it's going to be that and way more. So shout out to Crypto Crossword Show. I appreciate people who share information with me, and I do the best I can to play it forward. You know what I mean? So definitely go over there and subscribe to the Crypto Crossroads Show if you haven't already. Hit the like button and subscribe to Rue L. Black's channel. Appreciate it. Micropayments through an NFT market like Rarible and Metallicus. Interesting. 100%, bro. 100%. Fam, let's help make Rue a full YouTuber. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be very, very awesome. Big boy goals. Let's go, E. E and Shook Facts. Been around the Rue community for a while. He put us on to Vera and Seek. Oh boy, that play was crazy. It was crazy, bro. It was like, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been sub penny, and it went sub penny to $1. Kid you not. Kid you not, bro. So shout out to that, bro. What's up, Marvin Davis? Appreciate you. Johnny, never mind. 8 to 7 cents tops. ZBEC is going to $1. Mark my words. Wow. Their buyback program, their connections, their marketing in Euro soccer leagues, and soon to come to MLB and NBA stadiums. DE.R. What's up, Rue? Or are you still considering leverage trading on your Patreon? Yes, indeed. I'm going to do that on my Patreon. But I want to make sure I do it in a way. It's still up to you guys to make your trades. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. But I do want to introduce it to you guys and introduce certain concepts to you guys. But yeah, we're going to do the leverage trading. And that's where the BTCC link comes in. So definitely grab BTCC. You get free USDT if you sign up. And that's the one that I'm going to be trading on. Okay. And that's the one I'm going to be showing you guys videos on. So definitely you want to go to that link. And if you want to try it out yourself, I've already tried it out and I cashed 3 different times. But that's just me personally. And I just want to use it as a tool. Again, like futures trading can be very, it's like options trading, right? If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get liquidated. So I plan on using it as a tool for a certain part of my portfolio, but that's just me. At the end of the day, you guys still have to decide on how you want to use it. But yes, we will be doing that in the Patreon. Videos are going to come very soon on that within the next week. Okay. Benjamin Awaken, what up, Rude? Did you check out Mazzy yet? I still haven't, bro, but I appreciate you still reminding me. What's your thoughts on XOR? I checked their page out. They're making big moves in the future. Also, ZBEC making a big move. I'm up 13K. Let's go, bro. Every penny is a 10x. Wow. Okay, so you must have found somewhere you could do futures trading on it. Okay, very cool, bro. Very cool. That's amazing, brother. That's amazing. Ripple takes over Circle and uses ZBEC, which is already compatible with Stellar, 100%. Connecting the dots here. What's up, Marvin Davis? See, ADP, large institutional payroll, Paychex, medium, small, independent payroll, both of which BlackRock own, and both of which have been kind of connected to ZBEC. I'm loving the 777s that we got here. 630, 9, that's a 9 number on Blackrue X. 730, 737 or 137 on my channel, and then 10 on Gentlemen of Crypto. Crypto Crossroads Show is a gem, 100%. Sub Shit Focus Digital. I think $1 is inevitable. Bye. If ZBEC captures is 1% of the $13 trillion payroll market, that's 1.82 trillion. ZBEC equals digital diamonds. Okay, guys, what's up? Okay, so in the chat or in the comments, guys, please put CPN for Circle Payments Network. Okay. Please put CPN in there. It'll help people find the channel. It'll help people find the video. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Upgrade to the Patreon, 777. That's right. The Patreon cost is 777 for now. That is definitely going up now that we're going to do the future trading. Now that we're going to do monthly stock lists. So that's definitely going up. Get in there while you can. It's cheaper than coffee, cheaper than donuts, 100%. Thank you for sharing the Patreon link, Focuz Digital, ZBCN, ZBCN, ZBCN. And thank you for all the kind words. Appreciate your words for sure. Ship calls, HBAR, XEN, Dovu, Swift, Alf. Yes, Shook has tons of calls out here, bro. Tons of calls out here. Shook is the original like XCN ologist out here. No better person to look to for XCN info at all, period, bar none. But yeah, guys, in the comments, please put CPN, Circle Payments Network, so we can go ahead and share this out. And we will be back with you tomorrow, probably be a recorded video. But yeah, we'll be back with you tomorrow. I'm out, guys.